God placed this word in my spirit this morning for someone, and I just want to say I understand that it hurts not being accepted by the people you grew up with, whether it be your family, whether it be friends you grew up with. But you have to understand something. When God makes you different and when you do the opposite of what everybody else is doing, you are going to be scorned. You are going to be called weird. You are going to be looked down upon. And that does not mean that the way they're treating you, the way they're perceiving you is the truth. It's not the truth. Okay? God made you unique for a reason. You have to understand that once you finally come into, agreement with who God called you to be, and once you accept who you are, your personality, the way you talk, the way you do things, the little things you do behind closed doors that many people will call you crazy or weird for doing, but God smiles when he sees you do it. God laughs when you do it. You have to realize that you are not like everybody else, okay? And yes, you can resonate with people who you don't even know. You can resonate with people who you did not grow up with. You can resonate with people who are not your blood. You can resonate with people like this. A lot of people that were called weird, that were treated like outcasts, that were scapegoats, black sheeps, these are the people that end up being so successful, and best believe before they ended up being successful, they were laughed at. They were laughed at. They were told that they may be mentally ill. They were told that something is wrong with them. They were told that they're strange. They were told that they're weird. And the reason being is because these people are unapologetically authentic. See, everybody else, they resonate with who is like them. They resonate with fake people because they're fake. They resonate with wicked people because they're wicked. If they are gossipers, they're gonna resonate with each other. They're gonna group up together. People who are alike like to group up together. And because your blood, your family, they all have the same mindset. They all have the same characteristics, right? They resonate with each other. Hence why they mistreat you, because you're the odd one. You're the one that is weird. You're the one that is strange. You're the one that has a random laughter out of nowhere. You're the one that just starts dancing out of nowhere. You're the one that just starts singing out of nowhere. You're the one that's just goofy. You're the one that likes to try on, different outfits and improv. You like to improv. You have either an animated personality or an improv personality. It's just a part of who you are. And even if that's not what you do, you may be someone who likes peace. You may like to paint. You may like nature. You may like animals. You may like things like this, but everybody else thinks you're weird because you like that. Your taste in music is versatile. You don't just stick to one genre. You love different types of music, and because of that, they call you weird. They call you strange, etc. Listen, God made you very unique, and he made you so different because you are set apart. When you are meant to break generational curses, you're not going to resonate with everybody else in your family. You're not going to be like them. You're not going to have the same thoughts. You're not going to have the same passions. You're not going to have, similarities to them. The only thing that's going to connect you guys is that your blood. That's it. And that's why they grouped up against you. And that's why they made it their mission to ensure that you felt left out. And it's not just family. They do this in the workplace. They do this in school. Many of you guys, I'm pretty sure in school, many people may have grouped up against you because of who you are, because they said you were weird, because you don't do the same things they do. See, people like to do what other people approve of. But when you are set apart and you are unapologetically authentic, it's just in your spirit. You can't fake being authentic. When somebody is set apart from God and they are truly anointed and truly gifted and they are truly righteous and truly authentic, they can't pretend. They can't pretend. The only thing they can do is they may be silent and they may dim their own light and they may not talk as much and they may be looked at as standoffish. Because why? Because after everything they've gone through and they realize people don't accept them, they have to protect themselves. They're not going to pretend to be something they're not, but they're going to pull back because they have to now protect themselves. But even when they pull back, they're judged for pulling back. They're judged for being silent. They're judged for being quiet. They're judged for being to themselves. Any of the people that are like this, because God has always been with them, you have to understand that to whom the Spirit is given without limits, the Holy Spirit, right? And because they have the Holy Spirit and they're set apart, these individuals are extremely versatile in many areas of life. They're versatile. So because a lot of people like to stick with what they know, and they're very closed-minded, they will resonate with those who are just like them. But a person that is set apart is very versatile because they know that they don't fit in. They know they are different. They're realizing that the things that they're into are different. The things that fills their heart is different. The things that they participate in is different. Once they realize this, it's almost like a hunger to go after everything that God has set for them. And that also requires them to detach themselves from those who are trying to get them to conform into their own ways of living or their own ways of doing things. And you have to understand that these individuals who are set apart, they're going to have so many qualities, so many traits. They're going to have so much gifts, so much talents, and they're going to be good in so many areas of life. And the reason for this is because the Holy Spirit has been gifted to them. People don't like that. See, many of you guys, you are the ones they laughed at. Yep, you are the ones the families kikied and cacaed about behind closed doors, in text messages, on the phone. You're the one whose appearance they made fun of in the family, in school. You're the ones that all the girls smiled in your face, or all the guys smiled in your face, and behind closed doors they're texting about you, talking about you, saying you're weird, saying you're this, saying you're crazy, etc. Same thing in the workplace. But they're not laughing at you now. They're not. Because a lot of the people that were treated this way are the ones who have no problem going after what it is that they want in life, and they're successful at it. Why is that? Because they've always been authentic, and they always knew that they were set apart. They always knew they were different, but they just never really had an explanation, and they never really understood it. So because they couldn't understand it, they didn't get the revelation back then. But now, because they have the revelation from God, best believe they are the best versions of themselves. And no matter what happens in life, they're always going to be at peace and happy with everything. Why is that? Because they have come to peace with who they truly are. Because they realize now that God made them that way for a specific reason. See, if God would have made you exactly like everybody else in your family, you would not be a generational curse breaker. Let me just say that. You would not be the generational curse breaker. He had to make you different for a reason in order for this to happen. Because had you been accepted, had you been like everybody else, you would have fell into the same patterns. Had you been like everybody else in that friendship group that deceived you, you would have fell into the same patterns. Had you been like everybody else in that workplace, you would not be a CEO, or you would not have business ideas, or you would not have been promoted at this new job that you're at. I'm telling y'all, God allowed all this to happen for a reason. And now you see the very people that were laughing at you are having a hard time coming to terms with who they truly are, because they were inauthentic majority of their life, trying to fit in with everybody else, following everybody else. And now you are the blueprint. Now everybody wants to understand, how do I uniquely be me? How you know more about yourself than you did back then, because you stayed true to who you are. And you got closer to God. And when you got closer to God, he revealed your strengths, your weaknesses, the things you like, the things you don't like, even things that you never even knew that you'd be interested in and that you love. God already knew this about you, and he showed you. He gave you the revelations about the best version of yourself, and now you are the best version of yourself. Now people are trying to figure out how to be the best version of themselves. The first step and the foundation that these people have to understand is they have to get right with God, and they have to be real with themselves before they can be the best versions of themselves. I just want to share this with you guys. Embrace your uniqueness. I'm telling y'all, they ain't laughing at you now. I love you. Talk to you later. Bye.